Meet Amma. She runs a modest tailor shop in Accra, and she has a massive goal: to expand her small workspace into a high-end luxury fashion boutique. Most of us think that to achieve a massive goal, we have to take massive action. We assume it requires radical, exhausting effort, staying up all night, taking on dozens of orders at once, and pushing ourselves to the absolute limit. But that approach rarely lasts. Within weeks, the shop is a messy pile of fabric. Amma is completely burnt out, and she is no closer to opening her luxury boutique. The reality of high performance is much quieter. It relies on a counterintuitive strategy known as the 1% rule, or the aggregation of marginal gains. True, lasting progress doesn't come from a single exhausting leap. It comes from the nearly invisible accumulation of tiny daily improvements. To see how this works in practice, we have to look outside the tailor shop. This is a deeply tested strategy with roots in professional sports. In 2003, the British professional cycling team hired Sir Dave Brailsford. Instead of trying to overhaul everything at once, his strategy was to find a tiny 1% improvement in every single area of the sport. He redesigned bike seats to be slightly more comfortable. He even tested different pillows to ensure the riders got slightly better sleep. Every athlete at that level wants to win gold. The goal is identical for everyone on the track. That means the goal itself cannot be what separates the winners from the losers. The defining factor is the daily process. By focusing entirely on those 1% tweaks, the British team went on to dominate. At the 2012 Olympics in London, they set 9 Olympic records and 7 world records. Achieving a goal only changes your life for a moment. Building a better daily system creates a permanent engine that keeps generating success long after the race is over. Let us bring this back to Amanda. Instead of obsessing over the final luxury boutique, she decides to apply Brailsford's strategy to her tailoring process. She starts with her environment. By simply organizing her scissors, thread, and fabrics so they are exactly where she needs them, she removes the daily friction. Good habits become the path of least resistance. Next, her finances. She automatically transfers a few cedis from every sale into a savings vault. She also focuses on continuous learning. Practicing one new stitch daily slowly compounds her skills, increasing the overall value of her work. Finally, she protects her energy. Going to bed just 10 minutes earlier ensures she has the physical health required to maintain this routine. These tweaks are completely painless, but by combining these small adjustments in her workspace, her money, and her health, Amma creates a reliable system that begins to operate almost entirely on its own. Here is the hardest part of the 1% rule. At first, it doesn't look like anything is working. The effort is entirely invisible. Imagine an ice cube on a table in a room that is 26 degrees. You start heating the room up, 1 degree at a time. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 degrees. You are putting in real energy, doing the work, but the ice hasn't changed at all. This is the exact moment most people get frustrated and quit. Then you hit 32 degrees. Suddenly, the ice begins to melt. That 1 degree shift, no different from the ones before it, triggers a massive phase change. This delayed reaction is known as the plateau of latent potential. Success is simply a lagging measure of your daily habits. The early work wasn't wasted. It was being stored up for a future breakthrough. To see how powerful this stored energy becomes, let's look at a chart showing this mathematical growth. If you get exactly 1% better every day for a single year, the line will curve sharply upward, and you will end up nearly 38 times better than when you started. But habits cut both ways. If you get 1% worse every day for a year, you will have declined almost to zero. Over time, an enormous gap opens up between the upward trajectory and the downward drift. Month by month, Amma stays on that upward trajectory. Her automated savings grow, her tailoring skills sharpen, and her clean environment lets her work with perfect focus. Eventually, she opens the doors to her expanded luxury boutique. People walking by will see it and call her an overnight success. They will say she got lucky. But Amma knows the truth. It was the strict mathematics of her daily system. So here is your challenge for today. Look at your own life. Find just one specific area, your spending, your sleep, or your learning, and find a way to make it exactly 1% better. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to be a genius. You only need the patience to be 1% better than you were yesterday.